Love, light, greetings and blessings, beautiful Ascension Star family. My divinity to yours. Welcome if you're new, and thank you for returning. My gratitude for your love, your light and support, appreciation and participation, for your comments, your emails, and our collective uplift and shift to people and planet. Please note that I am open for readings. Do find all the information in the description and linked in the comments. I am channeling this message on 30/7/2025. Upon rising this morning, I was given Diana's name 3 times. Our beloved Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales, who died tragically in a Paris car crash just after midnight on 30 August 1997, into the early hours of the 31st of August, almost 28 years ago. Well, exactly 28 years ago. She would have been 64, and yes, I did miss the date for channeling information, but she has swayed in and out of my thoughts throughout this month, and today made a very affirmed connection to get my attention. That later this morning, about mid-morning, she whispered, or spirit whispered, "Remember, Diana." So here I am, before the day is out. I am channeling Diana, Spirit of Light, Mother, Father, Creator. As I welcome, invoke, and invite your energy, essence, and presence to grace us with your divine embrace as we meet and greet in your stellar seat. And we call in the vibration and energy of our beautiful and beloved Diana, Princess of Wales. And we ask you to openly share what we need to hear. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the pre-shuffle, I saw the 10 of Cups in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords. That to me is quite apt, because today, its vibration, collective vibration, becomes a 10 and reduces to a 1. But at the bottom of the deck in the pre-shuffle is the 5 of Cups. And this is the tragedy, the emotion that the population, the entire world experienced on that day of death, of the announcement, as well as the build-up to the actual funeral procession. So it was a very deep, dark and dingy time, I'm hearing, where the collective humanity sank into such a depression of emotion, she says, that she was so touched by the lives that she touched. And she hoped that humanity received that feeling from her when she touched the lives of others. And she's prompting that she understood the depth of that, the intensity of that, the immensity of that when she died. That was now reverberated through the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the celestial sphere. And for that, she's ever so grateful. Tears, metaphorically, were knee-deep. That's how much of crying humanity did for her. Those that loved her and believed her and honored her, and she them. And holding the stick or the branch with the flowers is symbolic that she's still very much present. Although not rooted in the same tree, the same family, the same community, she stands alone, but she still blooms, she still blossoms, she's still showering the earth with that fragrance, those softness and gentle feminine energies of humanity and charity and philanthropy. So she is still very much connected to us all. Behind that is the Three of Pentacles. And she points out to the red, the color of blood, the color of fire and war and conflict. A battle of energies in a group setting, in a home setting. And I will do one more. Wow, we've got the Three of Swords as well. We have the Six of Swords, the transition that she made after a very dark experience, a tragedy, a heavy departure, a gruesome departure. And the Three of Swords that I am to show you, that's the balancing act between that. So the purpose of this was to show you the color vibration, the black, the red, the black, the red, the pain, the agony, the darkness, the sadness, the bloodied in a metaphysical and physical way. The strike to the heart, the blow to the heart, for you, humanity, and for her. So Diana, share more. Why did you call me? Why did you prompt so intensively for me to speak? Chariot, Six of Cups, Justice, the Ace of Wands. People are still seeking justice of what happened in the past. Her memory is not forgotten. She will forever be awakened from the ash. And the embers will continue to be rekindled. Because that is the way people are. That's the way energy is. That's the way vibration is, she says. She will never be forgotten because she has not forgotten you, humanity. Her drive and her purpose, in the end, was shunned and slowed down. She was very restricted from moving ahead into everything that she dreamed of and desired to do and complete. But the book of justice is opening and many truths will emerge. People are searching and many truths will be surfacing. What is your main message for us today? What is your main message for us today? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Everyone is rising and growing. And your growth is your greatest wealth. Your health is your greatest wealth. But she says, love with all your being. And from the depths and the core of who you are, the rewards come. Nothing is lost. You create your abundance. You create your home, your life, your health, your wealth, your family. You create everything. And what you create, you cannot uncreate. She says, enjoy everything as it is. There is great love amongst all the hearts combined. Find the little things that bring you joy. For in my sadness, my loneliness and aloneness, I found the little things that brought me joy. I spent a lot of time in the garden. I spent a lot of time writing. What else would you like to tell us? I saw the 8 of Pentacles, but it didn't jump out. Alright, so we have the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Six and 4 is 10, which is our collective vibration of today. Victory, accomplishment, and triumph is yours. No matter where you are, geographically or demographically, no matter what your name is, where you live, victory is yours and you need to claim it. I am watching over humanity at this time that so much is changing, and I wished I was part of the physical change. But it is beautiful to look from above and watch over everything that's happening. So much is coming to light. I am guiding from a distance. My heart will always be with the earth. The 4 of Wands talks about her name, her memory, her pictures that still hang, that still adorn, that still come on the lips, that is still treasured in the homes of people. She's not forgotten, and she sees all of that. She's with everyone that feels that closeness with her. That's the happy part of your message. What else would you like to share? We've got the 2 of Swords. She says truth and untruth. truth and untruth. You've got to find common ground to follow that which you are guided to. She says, pay attention to the hole in the hat, which is metaphoric for a tree, a little nest a bird would go and live in, which is the heart beat of that bird. It's the home, it's the space of comfort. So what path would you follow? You need to follow the path of truth, the righteous way. And humanity is at a crossroads, as is truth and untruth. They're at a crossroads. You've got to use your discernment, your inner voice, your intuition. Do not close your mind off, nor your heart. When you bring the two together and you face that, like the two birds are facing each other, to find common ground. Know your truth, speak your truth. Seven of Cups, the Empress, the Five of Swords. Confusion about how she passed. All the confusion, the doubt, the fuzziness in the mind about, was it a natural cause of death? Was it an accident? Although we know there are no accidents, but was it a natural happening? She was at the best part of her life where she was free to be who she needed to be. As a beautiful empress, as a woman making a difference, she had so much of hope and dreams and ideas for her future, for her children, for the world. She was ready to go out there and live by her own rules and regulations. And that was taken away. Darkness had come in the shadows and had taken that away. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this darkness that you speak of? Dark magic. That has left that situation hanging, unresolved. There's no closure to it. It is false. It's like you reach for information, but you're still left in the dark. Ten, the Wheel of Fortune. complete alteration to her destiny, her life, raw and uncut. It's like she was just opened up unexpectedly. I'm getting the feeling of a knife cutting through you while you're still awake. Raw, uncut pain. A grinding energy. A grazing energy. Creaking. Oh, that was the brakes, she says. She says, you're picking up the brakes when the car came to a grinding halt. And all the mechanical noises from the vehicle, the crash, the surrounding, that's what you're picking up. So it is all those gears and parts of the vehicle. That's why this card had come out, is to show all of the mechanics of the vehicle. Dark magic. Now, dark magic is not always a hex or a spell, but it is a planning of something. The Three of Pentacles that we saw was that planning. It was a group or community. So are you saying that what happened to you was no accident? It was a planning. Yes, it was a planning. By a powerful group of people, a powerful group of, a panel, she says. A panel. Powerful, influential panel. King of Swords, that wielded their way, their decision. They made this decision. A lot of masculine energy. We have the Hangman to take her out, to take her out, to remove her from the equation. Please validate what we are receiving here. Yes, she was isolated. She was pushed out. She was far from her home. She was somewhere far away. For convenience, to feel helpless. It was an opportunity. She ventured out like you would go and retreat, relax, go on a holiday, which is what the hermit does, is time out. and you're by yourself. So she became the target. So she was fished out that way. She was the target. So although this was in the works, they were waiting for the opportunity. An opportunity was being waited for. And when the opportunity had come, then the powers that be followed the lead. I have judgment that flew out of the deck. Time for judgment. Judgment will come. Two of Cups and the Page of Wands. Two different stories. Half the world knows the truth and half don't. It's a split energy from the same perspective of the absence and the presence of the conscious mind. Those that are awake and conscious know the truth. Those that are not, don't. So look at it from an innocent perspective, from a spiritual perspective. And she says, such is with many others. This is the case with many others. I am not the only one, or I am not the only example. Right, Ten of Swords. I saw this in the pre-shuffle as well. I did mention Ten of Swords. Yes, many have gone through this. Being taken out, being silenced, being removed. Being injured, being... The list goes on. The list is endless. All fingers point at you, and when it's time to strike, it is ruthless, it is relentless. Nobody can be saved from this. There's too many. It's too big. The panel is too big. Many different hands from many different places. You would be surprised at how many different people from different parts of the world were engaged in this. Right, so she says, pick up these two cards and look at them. They're almost a splitting image of each other. Judgment will come for all of this. Not always as we expected or wanted. She's pointing out to the hair. She says they rolled. So as the years roll over and roll on into decades, lifetimes, millennia. This has been a problem on this planet. She was just another example. Is there anything else you'd like to say? It takes a long time for truth to emerge, but nonetheless, it comes. What was locked away will be revealed. The door will open, the key will unlock it, the information will come. Those were the players, about them. You might not live it in your lifetime, but we all meet again and again, and truth is always revealed, received. So these were the dark players that play out the game, that control the board game and the game of life. And she's pointing out that they are not just part of the family that she was a part of, but they were statesmen. They were elites, powerful, influential, and very financially wealthy, who have had the means, the connections to give instructions. So in closing, my departure from this world was no accident. It was planned. And so it is. And at the bottom is the Nine of Swords. That is the painful truth. You may come to see or learn, but at this time tomorrow, all eyes will be on me, memory and thought, and I with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We love you and we miss you. You will always be our Queen of Hearts. Lots of love and blessings. Till next.